Greetings and welcome to the Modern Musicking Show, and welcome to my new office. This is the first time I've had an office since I've been working here, and it's awesome. And thank you to my wife who helped me decorate it. If you haven't figured it out, there's a lot of new things that are happening here. We have a whole bunch of new offices and space at Carnegie Mellon, which we'll start to show you over the rest of this semester. And we're also looking at the best way to deliver you valuable content. And so you've noticed probably in episode 1 we're starting to look at different ways of presenting the information. We might reshuffle the deck. We might add segments, take segments away. Michael, you want to give me a hand?
Oh, yeah, sure. Got just the thing.
Thank you very much. Okay, so what I want to do is show you kind of, this is my sort of overview of the semester here. So this was the first episode that went up on that date. So this one's going up on that date. We're doing the intro right now. We've got a great deep dive interview with Jocelyn Dueck, who's one of the collaborative pianists here at Carnegie Mellon. It's a very, very fun deep dive and lots of props, but I don't want to spoil it from there. We have another wonderful music history moment. I learned to beatbox, so yet another direction for us. We're venturing out of the classical music realm and looking at other ways that people make music. And then we would like to bid a fond adieu and a rest in peace to the Jacob Random Holmes featuring Jacob Randall Holmes. Jacob, thank you so much for having such a great and imaginative mind. We're going to probably put that segment to rest, largely because we've run out of them. So we hope you enjoy this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Today on Jacob Random Holmes featuring Jacob Randall Holmes, there has been a request from the engineering room that you play a song that epitomizes me. Be careful.
You went on quite the journey there.
Nailed it. Hey, thank you very much for joining us. I have a great interview today with Jocelyn Dueck. We're going to talk about all things collaborative piano, I think.
Yes.
Is that
Well,
a fair assessment?
We think.
I understand there may be a surprise, so we'll find out.
We have a broad culture base, so can go
Okay.
a lot of places.
Very good. So can you help me understand what is your gig? What do you do here at Carnegie Mellon?
I am an assistant professor of collaborative piano in the vocal collaborative piano track, which means I deal with all the singers.
And if someone is not familiar with the term collaborative piano, that means what?
Well, I have props.
Oh,
Would you like to see them?
Apparently, yes. If you
Okay.
brought them, then we should definitely have
All
them.
right, you'll interact with me?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So, here's our collaborative pianist.
Okay.
Here's his bench.
Nice.
So, this is your collaborative pianist and your kind of garden variety collaborative pianist.
Okay.
So, he or she or they are doing their thing. Along comes the tuba player and says, could you play my recital? And the collaborative
Bra.
pianist says, ach so, ja, jawohl, ich kann das machen. And then, the violist comes along and says,
violist.
do you know The Märchen Builder by Schumann? Well, I know them for clarinet, but I guess I can play them for viola. And then the coloratura soprano comes along and says, do you know anything about Russian? And the collaborative pianist says,
Da.
yeah, da, exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna run out of lap.
Yeah, I know, we do a lot of stuff.
Well, the tuba player can lay down.
And
He's
then
tired. Good job.
the local, one of your friends on the block comes by and says,
Jenny. This is Jenny,
Jenny from the block. She says,
Okay.
can you teach my kid piano?
This is a particularly creepy one.
I know, because you don't want to teach piano after a certain point, right?
All right.
No, I'm kidding. And you're like, well, okay, I'll do that. The fee is X.
And the eyes move.
Yeah, and then
Ooh, this is wicked creepy.
these kids come along and they say, we're singing in the choir. We have a choir, but we don't know how to play all the notes at one time. Can you play for our choir? Jawohl, das ist kein Problem, genau.
The little kid's got a beard. That's pretty good.
Und so weiter und so fort. And then, I don't know who this is. Who should this be?
That right there?
Yeah, euphonium?
That's your piano tuner.
Excellent. Piano tuner. And they hit it off because they can talk about all kinds of repertoire. So, collaborative pianists have a super broad culture base. We're supposed to be doing everything
Okay.
at a really high level. And we've got to be great sight readers, but you got to have really good chops to be able to pull off all that repertoire.
Okay. Let's back up just a step.
Yeah.
So, you are collaborating with one of these fine figures
Yes.
at any given time.
Right.
And in any given semester, you're training how many people to do this?
To do collaborative piano?
Yeah.
I guess amongst the department up to 5 currently,
Okay.
but,
And
depends on the studio.
a good collaborative pianist will work with about how many people in a given week or period or month, or is there
Other
such a
musicians?
thing as a standard? Yeah.
My teacher, Margot Garrett, used to say that a collaborative pianist might have up to 30 concerts a year.
Okay.
If you're out in the real world doing that, but when you're a student, you're doing all of that in a microcosm, right? So you're supposed to be doing that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's voluminous.
And then, do you have are there artists that you tend to work with over and over, and is that one way to make a career?
It's a great question. So a lot of degrees in music, you think, I'm going to get my degree, I go out and I perform.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be a difficult thing. I think a collaborative pianist has the skill set to go out and actually start working.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I've always shaped my career around chemistry, honestly, and whatever group I'm in that I enjoy being with. Let's say it's a composer, librettist, and a few singers, and me. And a director will create a one-act opera, and we have a good time. Everybody works together really well. You might do that another time. You might workshop it over a period of years, and then do project number 2. So, I mean, now that I'm in my middle life, I can say that any collaborations that I formed at Tanglewood or Glimmerglass or in college absolutely have continued to this day because they're special things.
What would you say are the commonalities of the people that you're attracted to working with?
They're open.
And by that you mean?
Well, I don't mean like if I give you direction, you have to do it my way. I mean that despite anxiety or fear about being on stage, there's an openness to even failing together or to succeeding together. You can take a lot of musical risks if you're open.
So there's trust.
Trust.
And there's
is
a
big part
willingness
of it.
to experiment and not a real fear of failure if it's in the service of could be this cool, happy surprise.
Yeah. So here are some of the things we do. We premiere Piano Vocal Works.
Okay.
Collaborative pianists.
Our sticky notes are doing what? What?
They're showing you all the things a vocal collaborative pianist will do.
A vocal collaborative
in the course
pianist
of a
will
day.
do in a day.
Or,
okay.
well, not a day, a year. Record for labels
Okay.
or your own label.
Okay.
Perform recitals and concert tours and perform recitals in general.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all typical piano performer
Okay.
kind of stuff, right? We do repetiteur work, which is basically playing the orchestra in a situation where an orchestra is too expensive to be hired,
okay.
which is all situations all the time, right?
What's this word?
Repetiteur.
Fun to say.
Yeah, so an accompanist, but trained in orchestral reductions.
Okay.
That's perfect. We accompany lessons. This is all kind of repetiteur stuff. We are the repetiteurs for opera staging, so you can't just hire an orchestra to show up while you're staging an opera.
Mm-hmm.
You need a pianist who knows how to reduce the score. We play for pre-screening audition recordings. We play for live auditions. We play for master classes and workshops. We play for donor events. All right, we coach. Okay, we never teach the voice. We coach.
What does coach mean?
Oh, I'm just going to tell you.
Oh.
We coach people in career skills and networking.
How many more do we have?
Oh,
We're running
quite a
out.
few.
Okay.
I'll do it on the next. We coach maybe a genre like oratorio or sacred music.
Okay.
We coach new music, 21st century music, that is just hot off the presses. These are all specialties, right? Oh, there's even more. I'm very dexterous, right? We coach early music and ornamentation for that style of music. We coach languages. We coach song repertoire.
Oh,
I know,
sorry, kids.
yeah, there we go. We coach operatic repertoire. Okay, I'll do the rest on me because that's a lot. We teach collaborative pianists. We teach piano, we teach language diction, and we teach rep classes. We conduct. Sometimes these are the niches. So these are the subspecialties that bring a person into a new field. We conduct. We might play the harpsichord and decide we want to do all the rep associated with that. We might be a chorus master at an opera house or a church. We do administrative work like everybody else.
That's fun.
And we cast things. And I think I've forgotten some.
Okay.
But those are all the hats that we wear and that we have to be well versed in. So the training itself takes a long time.
This has been great. Thank you so much for
Thank
sitting
you.
down.
It was
I've
a
learned a whole
pleasure.
lot. It was very, very interesting. Jocelyn Dueck, collaborative
Thank you.
piano, and stickers, and dolls, and Legos. Okay, so Carlos is going to teach me something that we're going in a new direction with Lance Learns to Play. And what is it that you're going to teach me today,
I'm going
sir?
to teach Lance to beatbox.
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 Turn teach me to beatbox. Is turn
Yes.
teaching different than teaching?
Not that much.
Okay, good.
It's a very technical difference.
All right, I'm ready. So what do I need to know?
Okay, so first off, we're gonna start by simulating a kick drum sound.
Okay.
So you're gonna want to make a P sound, like yes. And so the next step, to make it a little more bassy, we want to add a little bit of lip buzz. So
One more time.
exactly. So imagine like you hear a really dumb joke and you go. It's basically that, but really, really short. So
So a short dumb joke.
yes.
All right.
So let's just do like some like a what is it? A 4 on the floor. So good. All right. Now let's do a snare drum sound. So first let's start by just doing a C sound, like. All right. So that's one way to do
CK,
it.
like a CK sound?
Yes.
All right.
Another way to do it is to release some air. So a C sound with releasing some air. So
Okay.
instead of leaving it
Oh, I
all back
see.
in your throat, it's a little more airy. So as opposed to. So yeah, let's alternate between those two. All right, now let's add in the kick drum sound. Awesome. Now let's do a hi-hat sound. It is basically a TS sound, so and so that's one way to do it. And then the other way again is making it a little more breathy, so exactly.
Okay.
Good. Let's do the classic Boots and Cats rhythm. So
Okay.
it's kick hi-hat, snare hi-hat. So there you go. Awesome. Let's do some variations of those
Keep
three.
screwing up. I keep forgetting to put my hands like
Yes.
this. I'm sorry.
Nah. So some variations of those sounds. Let's see the kick drum. There's also a way to do it from your throat. So yeah. Awesome.
I keep snorting a little bit. I'm sorry.
The alternate snare drum is like a CH sound, or a CK sound, inhaling. So, but a little more staccato, so a little shorter. Now you could add like an SH sound, so yeah, exactly, but shorter. You can feel it kind of in the sides of your mouth. So, good, yeah, exactly. So let's do the alternate kick and the alternate snare together.
Wait.
Yeah, you're getting it, exactly.
Am I?
Yeah, for sure. And those are three basic sounds in beatboxing.
So if I was putting them together, it would sound like what?
Um,
Well, beatbox for me.
all right, so using those three sounds. What?
What was all that at the end?
Oh, it was just I think it was just kick hi-hat, kick hi-hat.
And then what was the last thing that you...
Oh, it was like a stretched out kick drum. Exactly.
Holy moly. How long have you been doing this?
I don't know. Just ever since I knew about it, I guess I've just kind of like
And
heard
did you
it.
teach
and-
yourself?
Yeah.
How did you, did you just sort of, how did you learn to break it down into these component parts?
By also learning about the drum set. So,
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So as I kept
You were looking for an analog to, this is like a
Exactly.
kick drum, that's a cymbal, this is a
Yeah.
snare. All right.
because that's mostly what we're trying to do in beatboxing. We're just trying to make a drum kit sound with our mouth.
There you go. And how often are you doing this? Are you beatboxing with a group, or you do this when you're recording, or when do you
Just
deploy
whenever I come up with something, like when I'm walking down the street
this?
or
You're like at the bank,
yeah, just beatboxing.
beatboxing at the bank.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Now I know a thing. Thank you very much, Carlos
Of course.
Ortega, and I beatboxed.
Hi, my name's Annalise, and I play trumpet, and I'm here to talk about Astor Piazzolla. He was a composer, and he was born in 1921, and he wrote tango music, as we know it today, for the orchestra, and he studied in Paris, and he started writing tango, but he hid it from his composition professor because he thought it wouldn't be accepted, and eventually she found out and told him to write tango for orchestra, and he did, and that's mostly what he's known for today. But the tango scene in Argentina, where he's originally from, started sending him death threats because they did not like his tango for orchestra and thought that he was ruining the tango genre.
Why do you like Piazzolla?
I really like his music. I like to play it. I think it's a really cool mash between like what we know as sort of like jazz and like early Latin, and it's for the orchestra.
What's your favorite piece? My favorite piece is...
My favorite piece is Cafe 1930.
Oh, Awesome.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Okay.
Way to go.
Well, I mean, what do we want in the frame? Okay, let me see.
You want
The
this?
hand, yes.
You lend a helping hand.
I end every lesson with every student with, do you have any questions? Do you have any answers? And do you have any jokes? And they use
But you retain the jokes. See, that's where I fall flat.
most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Many of them.
I have one joke. I mean, I'm 48 and I have a
What is it?
What's green, yellow, black, and pink?
What's green, yellow, black, and pink? Oh, this is good. I don't know.
A telephone. Green, green, green. Yellow. Black, 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 black.
There you go.
They don't get it because they don't
I know, right? If you haven't figured it out from the last episode, here we are in season 3, episode 2. We're changing things, messing things around, and rejiggling. Rejiggling is not an actual way. Jiggling, yeah, that's it. There's like that. This like, and if you drop a joke that doesn't do anything, there's like this like this like sucks all the air out of the room thing. That's good. What is that, strawberry? Hey, thanks for watching the show. If you want to reach us with questions or comments, you can figure out all the ways to do that by clicking on any of those links in wherever you're watching this thing. We've had a great time putting these together and hope you find them useful as well. Thanks for watching.